Disciplined, well-paced fight. He hasn't gone wild. The body looks to be the only place that Byrd can reach so far.
And there's a look at the unique elusiveness of Chris Byrd as a heavyweight, adopting positions and body angles in the ring that you just won't see from anybody else in the division.
But it's not enough to make a man miss. You've got to make him pay when he misses. You've got to be less than a safety first and safety second fighter.
Now Byrd's best punch of the fight, a right hand that lands flush to Klitschko's chin. Byrd has knocked out bigger men after first frustrating them and exhausting them and perhaps breaking down their will. Jimmy Thunder in Connecticut, the classic case in point, and now Byrd mounting more offense in round 3 than has been the case up to this point. Klitschko not yet as aggressive at this stage of the fight as Ibeabuchi was able to be in Tacoma. Once again, Ibeabuchi, the better, more accomplished body puncher. Quickly now, let's look ahead to some upcoming sports programs here on HBO.
For boxing, mark these dates on your calendar. April 15, when Fernando Vargas defends his junior middleweight crown against Ike Quartey. May 6th for the premiere of KO Nation, a new boxing series unlike anything you've ever seen before. Then on May 13th, Roy Jones, boxing's best pound-for-pound fighter, defends his light heavyweight titles. Also featured, middleweight champion Bernard Hopkins taking on Brian Barbosa. HBO, the heart and soul of boxing. Real Sports with Bryant Gumbel premieres on April 10th. Among the stories featured, Tom Osborne for Congress, a look at Nebraska's legendary and former head football coach as we follow him on the campaign trail for Nebraska's upcoming primary. And then on April 17th, Sports of the 20th Century presents Bill Russell, My Life, My Way, a documentary which explores the life, philosophies, and principles of one of the most compelling figures ever to play the game of basketball.
Byrd says he likes to make a big man look stupid. It gives him a rush. And so far, he hasn't had the rush.
As round 4 begins, CompuBox numbers getting slightly more encouraging for Byrd, who landed 6 out of 17 power punches in the last round. 6 out of 22 for Klitschko. Harold Letterman, how'd you score through the first 3?
Okay, Jim, I got it 30-27, 3-0 Vitali Klitschko. He's landed the biggest shots in winning the rounds, but in round 3, Chris Byrd started to show a little offense, really taking it to Klitschko, maybe getting him a little bit frustrated. But Jim, I'll tell you something, this advertising outside the ring is really bothering Chris Byrd. Every time he goes to the ropes, his shoe hits that advertising. It's very typical in Europe, and they really should get rid of it.
At the end of the last round, Chris Byrd's brother Patrick looked over at me and said things are going okay. So apparently the Byrd family feeling is that the plan has a chance of working out. There's Klitschko trying to fire the right hand right up through the guard, and Byrd tries to retaliate immediately with the left.
Come up, good. Come up.
If Klitschko occasionally looks awkward against Chris Byrd, the expectation is that most heavyweights would. Byrd said, after I lost to Ibeabuchi, I thought lots of guys would want to fight me. It didn't turn out to be the case. He even went so far as to buy an advertisement in the Las Vegas Review-Journal during the week of the Lewis Holyfield match in Las Vegas last fall, asking for quality opponents to fight him. The only response, Jorge Luis Gonzalez. Not what he was looking for.
He is a master of escapology. But can you beat a guy in his hometown that way?
Second right hand lands left-handed flush for Klitschko. But he's having to try to aim those right hands instead of really unleashing them. Now there's another right hand. Byrd takes it pretty well.
Yeah, I was surprised how well he took that punch because that was a clean right hand.
Klitschko lands one to the body. Byrd's chin holding up pretty well. Klitschko landing two more clean punches, a right and a left. Byrd looping over the top, and Klitschko coming up underneath with the right hand. The ticklish part of the plan clearly for Byrd. He's got to be offensive enough. He's got to attack enough to keep Klitschko from just setting his feet and firing away.
He's still in a little bit. You know, when you get in there, you got to run off series of punches. Okay?
Yeah, he's leaning that way. Tip him off.
Yeah, but you got to figure him out.
You got to figure him out.
You got to figure him out. You got to get in a series of punches there. Don't let him tie you up.
Just spit, just spit. No, give me water to spit.
Okay, now listen. Listen here. You stand a little too much in front of him.
Okay.
Take him in a circle and get his feet crossed up. You got to take him in a circle.
Good right hand right there. Byrd seemed to handle it pretty well.
Let's go. Check it out. Let's go.
But in round 4, Byrd threw just 28 punches by CompuBox numbers. He's only averaging 25 per round. He's going to have to step up the punch output, or at least you expect so, if he's going to win enough rounds in the second half of the fight to have a chance to take home a victory. Byrd believes that with a victory here tonight, he can gain back what he lost in the Abeabuchi fight last year. As for Klitschko, who might not have proven much with a knockout of the well-worn Razor Ruddock, a victory over Byrd would open a lot of eyes in the States.
Although you never look good against Byrd, win or lose, this is not a sterling performance unless he ends it with a knockout. You can't say that Vitali Klitschko looks like some unbeatable monster.
No, indeed, if he has to scrape his way to a 12-round decision here, as many of us thought was the likely case once Byrd became the opponent, then that'll diminish Klitschko. The 27 knockout streak will go away. Hard left hand by Byrd.
Now there, Byrd did what he's supposed to do. He made him miss, and he made him pay.
You heard Byrd's dad telling him, you've got to move in a circle, and you've got to figure him out. Translation, you got to throw more punches. And now Byrd is doing it. Double left hand, and the second one landed well. And there are a fair number of Byrd rooters in the crowd. He said to us in the meeting yesterday, after a while, I'll win the crowd over. Well, of course, David's always going to have some rooters against Goliath.
We also have to remember, Jim, that Russians or former Russians are not the favorite people of Berliners.
Of course, Klitschko might say, Russians aren't the favorite people of Ukrainians either.
Well, I was in a cab the other day with a lady cab driver, and she said she thought Klitschko was an arrogant Russian.
Good left hand by Byrd as once again he makes Klitschko miss and then fires back. Best round yet for Chris Byrd. Whether that means the fight is changing in his direction remains to be seen. But a Byrd rally punctuates the round, and he raises his arms to generate more crowd support as he goes back to his corner.
Here we see how Byrd uses that escapology. but he doesn't always come out of it punching. He fights big men like the middleweight he once was. And on this occasion, he does come back after a miss.
Degrees. Hold that. Okay, now let's keep him busy. Keep him backing up. He can't punch going back with power.
You're right. He's trying to lead. He's trying to lead with that right hand. Let's go. Check us out. Let's go, Chris. Let's go.
You may have heard Chris Byrd's father say he can't fight backing up. And Byrd said back to him, you try to land that right hand going backward. So he knows it. Can he stay on the attack, be effective, and not get hit?